Welcome, dreamer. You're listening to Evernight Stories, a quiet place for gentle tales and peaceful dreams. Make yourself comfortable. It's time to rest. Before we begin, if these calm moments mean something to you, consider subscribing so the next story finds you easily. Tonight, we wander to a small attic room beneath a rainy sky. A room where candlelight glows softly on wooden walls, and every window pane becomes a quiet canvas for the night. Outside, rain falls in long silver threads, sliding down the glass like gentle thoughts finding their way home. You may rest here for a while. Listen to the soft tapping on the window, the hush of water along the roof tiles, the tender rhythm of a world slowing down. Take a deep breath and let the evening settle warmly around you. The rain has been falling since late afternoon, turning the old street below into a watercolor of lights and reflections. In the attic above, the painter sits quietly at his wooden table, a half-finished canvas resting before him. His studio is small, just enough space for a chair, a shelf of brushes, and a narrow bed tucked beneath the eaves. But it feels larger when it rains. The sound fills every corner, softening the edges of the room until everything becomes warm and blurred, like a memory unfolding at its own pace. A candle flickers beside him, casting gold across the jars of pigment and the worn bristles of his brushes. Its light trembles whenever a breeze slips in through the tiny gap beneath the window frame. The flame bends, straightens, breathes, and the painter breathes with it. He holds a cup of tea in his hands, no longer hot, but fragrant enough to rise gently in the air. Black tea, a hint of bergamot, and the faint sweetness of honey at the bottom. He brings it close to his face, letting the scent drift into his lungs, slowly, steadily. Outside, the rain changes its rhythm. Sometimes it patters lightly, like fingertips tapping on the glass. Sometimes it drifts into a long, soft sweep that hushes the whole world. The painter listens to every shift, every pause, every sigh. He has always believed that rain carries stories, the quiet ones people forget to tell. His window is streaked with droplets, each catching the light of the lamp in tiny golden shapes. Some slide down in straight, determined paths. Others wander left or right, joining another drop halfway and falling together. He watches them the way some watch stars, thoughtfully, patiently, with a kind of tender curiosity. The canvas before him shows the same window, but on another night, from another rain. He has painted this window many times, never quite the same, never quite different. The color of the sky changes, the angle of the lamplight shifts, and the reflections on the glass tell different stories with each storm. Some people would say he paints the same thing again and again. But he knows the truth. Nothing repeats. Not really. Each raindrop is its own world, its own tiny breath of time. He dips his brush into the palette, a soft blue, a muted gray, a touch of warm gold, and holds it above the canvas. But he doesn't paint yet. He pauses, listening again to the rain, waiting for it to speak. A gust of wind sweeps along the roof, and the window pane shivers. The candle flame trembles. A thin trail of smoke rises, folding into the shadows like a whispered secret. The painter smiles. "Not yet," he murmurs, as though answering the storm. He places the brush down, leans back slightly, and lets his gaze soften. The world outside is blurred, street lamps glowing in circles of gold, rooftops shining with thin streams of water, a lone figure walking with an umbrella, their reflection shimmering on the cobblestones. But the window is alive tonight. It glows with the candle's warmth, with the silver breath of the rain, with the soft pulse of evening light. He lifts his hand and traces the path of a droplet as it slides down the glass, cool and quiet beneath his fingertips. A breath leaves him, slow, content, full of something gentle and unspoken. Here, in this small attic room, with rain painting the world outside and candlelight warming the world within, he feels time loosen its grip. The night deepens, the rain continues, and everything else simply settles. The painter sets his cup aside and reaches for a cloth to wipe his hands, though they are hardly wet. It is simply part of the ritual, a quiet motion that settles him, the way some people straighten books on a shelf or run a thumb along the spine of a beloved photograph. He has always worked best in the rain. Not storms, not downpours that rattle the windows and drown out every other sound, but evenings like this, when the rain falls in a steady, thoughtful rhythm, as if it's humming a tune only he can hear. People in the neighborhood often joke that they can tell when he's painting, without ever climbing the stairs to his attic. If they hear the soft clink of brushes in a glass, or see the lamplight glowing behind his curtain, while the rain slips down the street, they smile to themselves and say, "He's painting the window again." And they're right. He has painted this window in every season, drenched in spring rain, wrapped in summer storms, blurred by the misty breath of autumn, and fogged with winter frost. Each painting is different, though the frame never changes. That, he thinks, is the miracle of stillness, how it reveals a new face every time you return to it. He turns slightly in his chair, taking in the familiar shapes of his studio. Jars of pigment lined neatly on the shelf, brushes with wooden handles worn smooth from years of use. A stack of blank canvases leaning patiently in the corner, waiting for nights like this. He dips the tip of his brush into water, the sound faint and clear. But still he does not paint. Not yet. He is listening for the exact moment when the rain's rhythm aligns with something inside him. Only then, he knows, will the painting begin. He lifts his brush once more, poised above the canvas in quiet anticipation. Outside, the rain falls in long, even strokes, a steady curtain of silver against the window. Then, a single raindrop gathers at the top edge of the glass. It grows slowly, pulling other droplets into itself, shimmering as it swells. And when it finally lets go, it slides down in a perfect line of light, catching the candle's reflection at just the right angle to turn into a strand of gold. The painter stops breathing for a moment, not in surprise, but in recognition. This is the kind of moment he waits for. Not grand, not loud, not rare, just honest. A moment that arrives without asking for attention, and yet changes the whole rhythm of the room. The droplet continues downward, weaving between smaller beads of water, gathering them gently into its fall. When it reaches the bottom of the pane, it hesitates, just for a heartbeat, before disappearing into the wooden sill. The painter lowers his hand. "Ah," he whispers softly, "that's the one." And for the first time that night, he touches brush to canvas. The brush begins to move, slow strokes gliding across the canvas. As the rain continues its patient descent outside, the painter works gently, as though he's not creating something new, but uncovering something that was already there, waiting beneath the surface. while he paints the shimmering trail of the raindrop. A soft movement catches his eye. Across the narrow street, through the veil of rain, a figure appears beneath a wide, dark umbrella. She walks slowly, not hurrying to escape the weather, but moving with a kind of quiet acceptance, as though the rain were an old friend. Her steps create ripples in the puddles, each one blooming outward, like rings on a still pond. The painter's brush stills. He watches her reflection first, the blurred silhouette on the wet cobblestones, distorted by puddles, softened by lantern light. The real figure feels secondary. The reflection is what speaks to him. He leans closer to the window, feeling the cool glass beneath his fingertips. The raindrops slide between him and the street, turning the woman into a moving watercolor. Edges soft, colors drifting, story untold. For a moment, the world beyond the window seems to blend with the world inside it. The candlelight on the glass meets the blurred lanterns outside, and the two glow as one. The painter exhales softly, not in longing, not in curiosity, but in appreciation. He returns to the canvas, adding a faint suggestion of movement to the trail of the raindrop, as if the echo of her passing has settled gently into the painting. Tonight, it seems, the world is painting with him. The brush glides again, slow, thoughtful, unhurried. Each stroke mirrors the rain on the window. Thin lines of gray-blue, soft washes of muted gold, a shimmer where candlelight meets water. The painter dips the brush gently, letting the bristles fan out in the water jar. The sound is faint but clear, a delicate clink followed by the swirl of pigment drifting like smoke beneath the surface. He watches it settle, circling once before disappearing into stillness. The room smells of linseed oil and paper. Under it, a quieter scent rises. The warm wooden floor, the faint sweetness of bergamot from the tea, and the damp air seeping in through the cracked window frame. Each breath carries all of it, braided softly together. Outside, the rain thickens, not loudly, just more steadily, as though the sky has decided to linger here a little longer. Droplets drum gently against the roof tiles, a rhythmic tapping that repeats like a lullaby, half remembered from childhood. The painter pauses to listen. He can tell when the rain shifts moods, when it is playful, or tired, or contemplative. Tonight it feels contemplative, like it has stories of its own, and is whispering them down the glass. He closes his eyes. Behind his eyelids, the world becomes a wash of silver and amber, the colors of twilight settling into sleep. He inhales the scent of the tea, still faintly warm in his cup. The steam has dwindled to a thin ghost, but its presence remains, a small comfort rising through the chilled air. When he opens his eyes again, the window looks different, not changed, but deeper somehow. The raindrops cling to the pane in constellations, tiny worlds trembling in the lamplight. Some join together, drifting downward in slow, wandering paths. Others stay where they are, holding their shape as though guarding a secret. His brush moves again. He softens the edge of a shadow, blends a streak of pale blue into gray. The canvas absorbs everything with patient generosity. As he works, the rain on the glass blurs the world outside into gentle abstractions. A lantern glowing in a puddle, a window across the street reflecting gold, the faint silhouette of leaves shivering in the wind. All of it melts into soft shapes, like fragments of memory drifting through water. The painter's thoughts drift too. He remembers a night many years ago when he was much younger, and storms still made him uneasy. His mentor, an older artist with silver hair and eyes that seemed always to be smiling, had placed a hand on his shoulder and said, "Paint the rain. That's how you befriend it." He didn't understand then. The rain felt too large, too restless, too full of things he could not name. But he tried anyway, and found that the act of painting turned noise into rhythm, fear into presence, and presence, he learned, was the gentlest kind of courage. The memory warms him now, like the lantern glow reflected on the window pane. He dips his brush into a mixture of blue and umber, creating a muted tone that reminds him of wet stones and old evenings spent beneath heavy skies. He paints the droplet trail from earlier, the one that shimmered gold when it fell. He recreates the moment in slow detail, letting each movement echo the softness he felt watching it. The paint glides easily, as if the canvas already knows the story and is simply waiting for him to uncover it. The rain shifts again. Now it falls in soft waves, like breath exhaled by the sky. The rhythm steadies his own breathing, in and out, matching the rise and fall outside. He listens to the water gather at the corner of the roof, drip steadily into the gutter below. Each drop lands with the gentlest sound, a tiny, delicate tap that feels like a heartbeat. The painter sets his brush down and curls his hands around his cup of tea. It's barely warm now, but the ceramic still holds a whisper of heat. The scent of honey rises faintly with every breath. He sips slowly, letting the taste linger. Earthy, familiar, comforting. Outside, a carriage rolls down the cobblestone street, movements softened by the rain. The wheels splash gently through puddles, sending thin ripples across the stones. He watches the blurred glow of its lantern pass behind the curtain of water, glimmering like a firefly drifting through fog. When the street quiets again, the painter returns to the canvas. He adds a touch of pale yellow to the streak of rainlight, making it glow softly, just as it did on the window. As he paints, the world becomes narrower, focused only on the meeting of brush and canvas, rain and glass, light and breath. Everything else fades into stillness. And yet, the stillness is not empty. It hums with gentle life, the soft scratching of the brush, the murmur of water on the roof, the quiet clink of the cup as he sets it down. Each small sound feels like a companion in the room. The painter leans back, resting his hands in his lap. The candle's flame sways, painting slow arcs of gold across the glass jars and the threaded wood of the easel. Shadows deepen around him, but they feel familiar, like old friends gathering close. He listens to the rain again. This time, he hears not just sound, but a voice, not in words, but in feeling. A soft message of presence, of quiet understanding, of time unfolding gently. He smiles, not because he has finished anything, but because he has arrived, fully, softly, here. And the night, in its own patient way, arrives with him. The painter lowers his brush and lets it rest across the rim of the jar. For a long moment, he simply sits there, hands quiet, shoulders soft, eyes drifting between the canvas and the window glowing with rain. The world outside is blurred now. Nothing sharp, nothing demanding, only soft shapes moving behind water and faint halos of lamplight breathing through the glass. He leans closer, resting his fingertips lightly on the window frame. A single droplet slides down and pauses at the edge of the candle's reflection, as if hesitating, as if listening. Something settles inside him, not a thought, not a memory, just an understanding that unfolds the way mist lifts from rooftops in early morning. He realizes, gently, that he hasn't been painting the rain at all. He's been painting moments, tiny pauses in time, where the world catches its breath and allows him to catch his own. The rain isn't just rain, it's presence, a reminder that beauty doesn't arrive with fanfare. It appears quietly, softly, in the midst of ordinary evenings, when no one is watching. He exhales, a slow release that feels like setting something down, a weight he didn't know he carried. The painting doesn't need to be finished. Not tonight. Some things are most beautiful when left gently, tenderly, incomplete. He smiled, a warm, private smile that belongs only to this moment of calm. Morning arrives gently, as if hesitant to disturb the quiet. The rain has slowed to a soft drizzle, a whisper compared to the night before. The painter moves to the window and unhooks the latch with a small click. Cool air flows in, carrying the scent of wet stone and the sweetness of early light. He opens the window just enough for the world to breathe with him. The canvas still sits on the easel, unfinished but glowing faintly as daylight slips across its surface. The trail of the golden raindrop looks almost alive in the pale morning sun. Down on the street, a passerby pauses beneath an umbrella and glances up. They see a soft figure framed in warm light, a half-open window, and a painting touched by the shimmer of rain. For a moment, just a moment, their eyes meet. No words, no gestures, only a small exchange of quiet understanding, shared between strangers. Then the passerby smiles and continues down the glistening street, and the painter watches the morning unfold, feeling the world a little closer, a little gentler. Night returns quietly, as though the day has stepped aside to let the world exhale once more. The painter lights a single candle on his desk, a small flame, steady and warm. Its glow spills across the wooden floor and climbs the walls in soft waves of gold. Outside, the rain has become little more than a mist. It drifts downward in silver threads, barely audible, barely seen, just enough to soften the edges of the night. The painter sits beside the open window, a fresh cup of tea warming his hands. Steam curls upward, soft and white, blending with the hush of the evening. He takes a slow sip, feeling the warmth settle inside him, like a gentle lantern, lighting one room at a time. The city below is quiet now. Footsteps are rare, voices rare still. Only the hum of distant lamps and the soft patter of mist keep him company. He rests his elbows on the windowsill, letting the cool air brush his face. The scent of rain lingers, earthy, clean, familiar. Inside the room, the candle flickers again, casting a thin ribbon of light across the canvas. The unfinished painting glows softly, as if remembering the night's gentle magic. There is no urgency in it, no need to complete, to perfect, to capture anything more. Some moments, he thinks, are meant only to be lived, not finished. He leans back in his chair, letting his body grow heavier, his breath slower, in and out. The rhythm steady, the world easing into stillness. The candle dims a little, its flame folding into itself, like a flower closing for the night. Outside, the mist continues falling, soft, steady, kind. The painter's eyes drift closed. There is nothing to hold, nothing to chase, only the gentle sound of rain painting the night beyond his window. And as the room grows quieter, the whole world seems to whisper, "Rest now. You are safe. You are home." The candle burns low, its small flame shrinking into a quiet glow, Soon it will become a thin curl of smoke, drifting upward into the soft dark of the room. Outside, the mist settles on the cobblestones, turning the street into a gentle ribbon of silver. The last drops of rain slide down the window, slow and unhurried, as though they too are growing sleepy. The painter rests in his chair, eyes half closed, breath deep and even. The unfinished canvas leans quietly on the easel, glimmering faintly in the dimming light, a soft promise waiting for a new day. Nothing stirs now, not the brushes, not the window, not the rain. Only calm remains, a hush settling over the attic like a warm blanket of twilight. Good night, dreamer. Let the rain paint your dreams, slowly, softly, all the way into rest.